Communication is a great way of sharing information, of expressing our feelings, and of showing what we want. However, we know that most people with intellectual disabilities have great difficulties communicating. Often staff find it really difficult to communicate with them. They maybe use too much language, too much speech. Sometimes they use language that's too complicated for people. And in doing this, it makes it even more difficult for people to take part in activities and interactions going on around them. Active support is a great way to create opportunities for communication. Enjoying shared activities and interaction helps to give people something to communicate about. We know that the best way to get to know individuals, both what they like and how they communicate, is to actually work with them, to try new things with them. And it's much easier to do that than to sit on the sofa beside them while they stare at the wall. Providing good support for communication is no different to providing support for activities. You still have to use all the same skills. You have to work out which bits of the communication the person can do themselves and which bits you have to help them with. Sometimes you might use formal methods of communication such as signs or symbols or electronic devices, but other times what you will need is much more informal methods such as pointing to something to move a person from one element of a task to another. When Barry was painting, we see how the focus and shared attention is on the task. The support worker has resisted the temptation to keep talking to Barry, which would have been distracting for him. The interaction is through the activity. Later, when Barry is having a snack, we see the staff member initially prompt Barry verbally to butter the bread. But then later she helps him understand by pointing and touching the piece of unbuttered bread and then offering the knife. When Joe is making a cup of tea, Dennis supplements the verbal prompt in the cup with an additional gesture and a touch prompt.
Well done.
Okay, you ready?
At the beginning of Becky's leaflet round, note how the member of staff doesn't just use verbal communication, she also uses gestures, making it easy for Becky to understand the choice that is being offered and allows Becky to respond by using the same gesture to indicate which side of the road. In a way, the staff member modelled an easy way in which Becky could indicate her choice.
Go on then.
Finally, we saw Steve putting his shopping away.
Steve, get your bananas up.
The staff member says Steve's name to get his attention and then touches the bananas and says bananas.
This is your show.
Here are a few examples of staff using alternative or augmentative communication. The first clip shows staff using Makaton with Paul and also a bit of intensive interaction.
Who's here? You look intrigued.
Yes.
Then come get a cup.
Can I have a cup of tea, please?
You can. What would you like in your tea, Michael?
Can I have some milk, please?
You can. Anything else?
One sugar, please.
Okay.
Kate, would you like a bath or a shower? Bath? Because you're looking at bath? Yeah?